Roger Christofferson here again with another first listen review. I'm not sure if I should call this one a first listen review because this is actually something that has been released before, but I was noticing that there was a new release announced this week, and it's the Lindsey Buckingham and Stevie Nicks album. It's called Buckingham Nicks, but it's not the self-titled album, it's the Coffee Plant demos. It's being released on X-Ray Records, which I've never heard of before. So I was checking it out, thinking, what the heck is this? And then as I was looking it over, I realized, oh, this is all stuff that's actually been released before, which happens, but I'm not going to call this one a money grab because it's, I think, the first time it's been released as the Coffee House, or the Coffee Plant demos. As I was looking, though, I did find one other one that I was not aware of, which was the 1975 broadcast of Buckingham Nicks doing some stuff that I didn't know was out there, so I might have to pick that one up. But as I was looking at this one, I was like, oh yeah, I've definitely seen all these songs and heard all this stuff before, and it's out there in a couple different versions. It's on the deluxe version of the Buckingham Nicks self-titled. Almost everything on here. Actually, there's more on that, I believe. Then there's one called The Beginning, which is all of this stuff and a couple bonus stuff. So that one's actually got a little bit more songs on it. But I decided I was going to listen to it anyway because I hadn't listened to it in a while. And if this is something you don't have, you might find this interesting. If you're a fan of these guys, you didn't know this was out there, this is a good way to get it. Like I said, there's one called The Beginning that's got all this stuff too, and I think that has a couple like extra stuff on it, like some live stuff, which I think is also on the deluxe version if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, the majority of it is demos that were recorded at Lindsey Buckingham's, I think it was his father's coffee plant. They did in the basement there or something, and then there are a couple more songs that were written after they moved out to California and recorded. So I mean, calling it the Coffee Plant demos, I guess the majority of it is that, but there's some extra stuff on there that came later. So the original Coffee House demo, I keep saying Coffee House, Coffee Plant demos is just acoustic guitar and two of them singing. And then on this release, there's some extra stuff in here they did later on. They added some bass and some drum machine stuff, so you can see how the songs are progressing. Now I went back and listened to it again just because I hadn't actually listened to it for a while, and unfortunately, it's some of these songs they're recorded really hot, and that means like the level is really hot, so there's a little distortion on it when they're singing, they're going all out. So unfortunately, you get a little bit of that. I think the original demo was just the first 7 songs, and then the other stuff came on a little bit later. And one thing that was really cool about this is you get to hear the process. You get to hear like Stevie Nicks' vocals just amazingly like young, and how strong her vocals were, especially at the end of Sorcerer, which she obviously redid later on with Sheryl Crow came and produced. Was that Trouble in Shangri-La that album was on, I believe. She produced that song, and they kind of revived it, but in this one you get to hear her really belting out some stuff at the end of it and getting a little bit of that rasp going on. So it was kind of fun to listen to, and it was just a fun listen. So anyway, it's just a little quick one just to get people a heads up out there, diehard fans. If you love that first Buckingham Nicks album, which I think is amazing, I think it's better than any of the Fleetwood Mac stuff, just my opinion. It's just raw, and I just like the sound of it. It was done at done at the record plant? Actually, geez, what was that done at? I don't know, things a little fuzzy on that one. I probably should have checked that before I did this, but oh well. But the sound of it is just like amazing. I just love the sound of that album, and this one is like that, except not as produced. It's the vocal harmonies and just the style of the songs is what I'm referring to there. This is very similar to that first Buckingham Nicks album, and you can hear how that carried on to the early Fleetwood Mac stuff. And yeah, it was really fun pulling this out and checking it out again. And I'm not going to call this a cash grab because I don't think it's been released as just the Coffee Plant demos before. I could be wrong. I know a lot of these like smaller labels do this type of stuff, so it may already be out there on another label. But this one, if you don't have it, it's worth checking out. If you're a fan of Lindsay and Stevie, it's definitely worth owning. It's definitely something that's just fun to kick back and listen to. And anyway, out there is heard this and has anything they want to add that maybe I missed, it's always feel free to share it down below, like, subscribe, share, and all that fun stuff. And we'll talk to you on the next one. See you.